Hello, everyone. So today I'm going to be going through how to create dozens of social media posts using AI and how to create these amazing images. I didn't spend hundreds of dollars having a designer put my images together. I didn't go spend hours looking through stock photography sites looking for good images. This was completely created absolutely free using ChatGPT's new 4.0 image model, and it's free for everyone. There's also a new feature that we have, so please stick around. I'm going to show you how to set all of this up and how to use it to generate your ongoing social media posts for either you or your clients. So, first things first, I'm going to jump right in to our demo account, Charge Caps. So, the first thing I would do if I want to write a bunch of posts is jump into the AI writer. And of all these modules, the one that we're going to use today is the social media module. Now, there's a bunch of different types of social media posts you can write with the AI writer, but for today's, I really want to go through how to create images and the new feature that we've put in place to make it a little easier for you to customize the way those images are generated for your brand. I'm going to click this right here, and this little star, this asterisk up here, is the company profile. So we have added to the company profile something called image generation. And there's two different options here. You can either use our default image generation prompt, which creates images like the one you just saw at the beginning of this video, or you can select create a custom image generation prompt. And what our system does is we will automatically load up your default. And if you ever change it and don't like what you created, you can always load the default prompt back in there and just go to work. Make any changes that you want. Obviously, ours is photorealistic. You saw that man who looked very real. You can also do anime style, all sorts of different styles of images, and even change the aspect ratio, but I prefer 1:1 aspect ratio. But spend a little time on this and make sure it matches your particular brand aesthetic. Once you've already created this, and I'm going to jump back to the default, so once you've tailored that just to the needs of your particular brand, it's time to start generating some social posts. So generally the way it works is you're going to create the messages of the social post first. So let's do that, and then we will create the images, and then we're going to throw it all into the queue and publish these to social media, all within the AI writer. So let's do it this way. I want to create industry specific tips. So this fake company makes hats that charge your cell phone. So by default, mobile phone chargers is the industry I'm in. So I'm just going to leave that industry in there. You can change this if you wish. And for purposes of this demo, I'm just going to create two so it goes a little quicker. It's going to create the prompt and it's automatically copied this to my clipboard. So we're just going to paste that prompt over here. There we go. So it's going to work writing two social media posts. First one is done. So what we do to create the images, first thing I like to do is just kind of look over the posts, make sure it's something that you like. Why bother waiting for an image generation when you don't even like the post? So if the tips look good, then you can move on. And by the way, if you have the memory turned on in ChatGPT and you're an agency, you might want to change that. Like I would turn your memory off. That way you can handle different client accounts and it's not going to remember that one client's industry and then apply that to future clients' generations. So these both look really good. You'll notice that the first one is talking about your phone charges faster when it's not being used during charging. And the other tip is don't worry, your solar charger isn't on vacation. Let's see. On a cloudy day, that, solar still works even on a cloudy day. It's still generating charge from solar. So remember that, and I'll come back to that in just a minute because this is super clean how this works. Down here in the optional refinements, as you know, there are so many optional refinements you can use to make your messages better, make whatever it generated for you better. But the default is generate images now. And over here, this is going to include all of those aesthetic details that you included, and it's going to be custom tailored for the type of post that you created. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this because it's already created for me and simply paste it here. So what this is programmed to do is actually take one step at a time. Let's say I created 10 image or 10 social posts. It's going to start with the first one and then it's going to ask me a yes or no question. It's going to say if you like what you see, click yes and we'll move on to the next one. If you don't like it, click no and we will redo the post. So here is the image that it generated, and down below it's going to repeat the message that it already wrote up top. The reason I have the AI system do this is it just makes it so much easier for you guys because now what I'm going to do is post this. First of all, I want you to notice the new 4.0 system from ChatGPT is truly exceptional. They never make mistakes on text. I've generated a ton of images. I haven't seen one mistake on text. That used to be very common. I haven't seen like additional fingers or anything strange like that. So it's extremely, extremely good now. And it's finally something that I can recommend to my clients to use. Before, it just wasn't ready for prime time yet. None of the AI image systems were quite there. It was kind of 1 out of 4 would be worth it. Anyway, I digress. I really like the new system and I love that it's free. Like even the free tier users of ChatGPT can generate images. So I'm going to jump over to this publisher tab and let's go ahead and add this to the queue. I'm using Safari. I recommend people use Safari when you're going to be generating AI. And the reason for that is I'm able to just drag this over and post it. If you're on Chrome, you have to download it and then drag that over. So it's just a one extra step. So I am going to capture all of this information and post it into the message. And let's just add it to queue. So at this point, you could go through all 10 if you had created 10 social posts um, without even switching back out of the publisher tab, because all you need to do is click yes, and it's just going to go to work again and create the next one in the series. So if I didn't like this image, you can always click no. And there's something else I wanted to show you guys. This is really neat in the new 4.0 model. If you click the image, there's this new little option up here called select. So if I wanted to, I could select his eyes and I could say, show him with his eyes open. And it will actually recreate this image. And instead of regenerating everything, it's only going to change what I asked it to change. It used to take everything and kind of rethink it, but now it's very selective on the parts that it is editing. And by the way, I'm speeding up this process. Normally, the image generation and editing takes a little longer than I am showing here. So as you could see, it's generated him with his eyes open now, but everything else remains the same. Really, really impressed by this. So hopefully you guys have fun with this. If you don't have a ChatGPT account, I would jump on that right away. Even the free tier will allow you to do up to 3 image generations per day, which is enough unless you're trying to create like a whole month or more worth of content in one sitting. If you have any questions, of course, you can always reach out to us. And as always, really appreciate your business. Thank you very much.